Day 2, Origins, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Yeah,
right?
okay. Recording?
Oh yeah, I already started.
Oh, she does this to me all the time.
Day 2, Origins, blah, 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 blah.
That's exactly what I got.
Okay. All right, hey everyone, it's Day 2 at Origins 2018. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I will be more excited after I've had coffee.
Yeah, we just got up and, you know, already, yesterday, I'm so sorry, coverage is not great because we were tired, but we tried our best to get something out to you. Hopefully today, lots of interviews, Q&As. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, today's the first day that the exhibit hall actually opens, so today's probably gonna be a lot busier than yesterday as people are rushing around and trying to buy or try games that weren't open yesterday. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so we'll have more footage throughout the day. Stay tuned.
Oh hey, how's it going? So we're here, we're working the table, and we want to talk about what it takes to work the table at the Dice Tower booth. It's difficult work, right guys? It's remarkable. The most important thing, Mike, where are they?
Yes.
Pads. You gotta stand on something, because this floor is very hard, so you gotta stand. It makes you a little taller, and it helps the feet. No, really, it's you get to meet everybody. This is actually one of my favorite things to do, is to have booth duty and get to meet people as they come up and say hi, and see where they're headed as they run by to get to the hall and stuff. It's super fun, right? This is why you haven't left this spot, right?
It's been fantastic.
You're here all day.
All day, every day, just meeting people, having a great time.
And he has no desire to leave, do you? You don't want to leave.
No, I'm perfectly, yes, I'm happy.
Yes.
Happy.
See? Everyone
This is me
loves
being
working the
happy.
booth at the Dice Tower.
It's a joy.
I'm super excited because I get to play board games with people who actually listen to things that I say, maybe? So they picked a great game, 5 Tribes with the expansion, so I'm going to introduce you to them and they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves. So a little switcheroo here.
I'm Joanna and I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
I'm Jen, and I am too.
All right, so tell us, what are we playing today?
We're going to play 5 Tribes with the Artisans expansion.
Okay, is this one of your favorites, or?
I think I could safely say that 5 Tribes is my favorite, yep.
Okay, and what about you, Jen? Is this one that's your favorite, or you like it?
I've played twice.
So the expansion, it's new for both of you?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to teach it, and hopefully do not lead them astray. But if not, you guys will keep me honest, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect.
Hello, everybody. I am sitting here with Kwanchai Moria,
Hello.
who you may know from all the most amazing, beautiful board games in the industry, like Capital Lux and everything else. I love Catacombs and all the work you do there. I love Catacombs with all the work you do there. And Kwanchai, you're here in a little bit part because you've got a game that's coming out with a little bit of a darker theme.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell me a little bit about this Gorus Maximus.
Gorus Maximus is a trick-taking game, and
I love it already.
Connor with Inside Up Games had this game that has been actually one of his first games they wanted to do, and didn't feel comfortable putting it out until he had sort of more stuff going on with his company, and it's like I met him at Shucks and at Gen Con and a bunch of stuff, and if you've met him, he's a very gregarious guy, and I really latched on to that. And I think he asked me what's a theme, and I had this random idea for a ludicrously bloody gladiator game. It's not something I've ever done.
No, for real.
Yeah, so it was for me. It was like, let's try something very different. And so for some people, it's like perfect, and for some, it's just not their bag. And I just ran with it. And I think it really reflects Connor and I, our dynamic, the way we met. He's just very
bloody gladiatorial style battle.
Oh yeah, no, just the energy. I think.
Yeah.
He's a very energetic, and when I get out of the studio, I am very energetic. I try to, energetic guy. So yeah, gladiators.
That's awesome. Do you find that when you get to work on different kind of themes or settings, do you find that energizing, or is it kind of difficult or challenging?
Totally energizing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, board games is fun because you can go from gladiators to outer space, and then to like building your favorite dream home, right? Like, so that's the excitement for an illustrator in this industry, is that you can jump around and really stretch different muscles.
Yeah, and I think it's fun for us as consumers to see really gorgeous, high quality art in a variety of settings and being that. Now, I mean, I've seen a lot of games that you've done. Is there a setting or a theme that you would love to work on in the future in games?
I have a history degree, and I was just talking to Cole Worrell, who did Brute.
Yeah.
And I never met him, and he's like
nice guy.
He's like a PhD history. I just have an undergraduate in like just history, like just blah history, right? Which I love, but historical games would be awesome because that would touch on both my the things I've studied. So that's one thing. The other thing is just like, I like funny games. I like games that have humor built into the mechanics.
Well, you did Trash Pandas.
Yes.
And I love like some of those so silly.
Yeah. So I'm already doing that whenever I can, even when the game doesn't necessarily warrant it. But I like humor in games. That's where I really come from.
Well, even in Gorus Maximus, I mean, there's a little bit of, I mean, it's a dark theme, but there's vibrancy.
Oh yeah,
art, you know?
I tried to make it so that, you know, it's so over the top that it's obviously a joke, you know. There's no sense of violence for violence sake, you know. So it's just, again, just the humor of it, even dark, you know.
Even when it's dark.
Yeah.
Quantai, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to chat with us. Really a pleasure to meet you and hang out with you. Thank you, everybody. We'll continue our coverage in a little bit. Bye.
Okay, so we are at the booth, you know, this is where we're spending most of our time, and I think it's important to talk to everybody that's manning the booth, even though you may not be familiar with them. They are doing a great job running the booth and, you know, helping out when I have to run out and do something, or Suzanne or Z or whomever, so they're great, and, you know, they get to see, be in the front line and talk to everyone who comes by. So, without further ado,
because release of this is
Michael! Hi, Michael.
Hello there. Yes, my name is Mike Austin. I work for Dice Tower News. I do, you know, a few of the articles a week that you might see from the Facebook page that get linked up. And I asked Tom, hey, I want to come by and help out at the booth. I'm going to be here at Origins, and I've been spending a lot more time at the booth than I've even planned on it because it's just a lot of fun.
So what have you seen that you like, or you want to play, or you want to buy?
As far as games, I of course had to go and pick up a lot of the ones from Plan B, next Move Games, I believe is what they're called now.
I think they're a big one.
Yeah. And then and Century already sold out, so I'm glad I got that copy.
They did? I didn't know that.
And then yes, they did. And then also I went to go buy Thames and Cosmos for a brief minute to try out Drop It because it looked really fun for, you know, a simple game. And whenever I played it, it's not quite as easy as you think it is. So yeah, of course I bought a copy.
It's one of my favorites. I actually played that one quite a bit. Any other publishers that stood out to you, or you're looking forward to see?
I'm very excited to see what Brain Games keeps pushing out. They did, you know, Ice School 2, which of course follow up on that great game. They also, you know, kind of a surprise to me, Pyramid of the Penguin, which is an awful title, but the game is, you know, a really great reprint for what it is. So I'm 100% fine with that. As far as any other publishers, not so much at the moment, but I haven't had as much time to go and speak on the hall, so we'll see. We'll see. I might have more to say about that tomorrow or something like that. Who knows?
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, and thanks for doing such a great job here. We really appreciate you being here and helping out.
Thank you so much.
So I'm Kathleen Mercury, helping out here at Catan, and this is Catan Junior. It's a really, really great game because it's a simplified version of Catan that's great for kids. So Catan Junior plays a lot like regular Catan, except in a kid-friendly sort of way. So for example, for trading, you can either trade with the marketplace, 1-for-1, or you can trade 2-for-1 down here in the market. In addition, the Ghost Pirate, which is so scary.
Hold it there, hold on.
Ghost Pirate!
Get really close, okay?
It's so scary. Oh my gosh. So scary. Like, oh my gosh, so scary. But the nice thing about the Ghost Pirate, when you roll a 6, since there's only one die, when you put him in an area, you can get 2 resources from the bank, and it shuts down production. So you don't have the stealing that can cause little kids or sometimes adults to cry. When it comes to Catan, you're placing little layers on the board, and when someone has all 7 of their layers on the board, end of the game, half an hour. It's a really great, super clever way to streamline Catan for little kids or for adults.
Okay, and when is it available?
It's available now.
Right. Perfect. So, looking forward to trying it. I actually haven't played Catan in a while, so something I might want to check out.
Anytime you're welcome at my table. Anyone is. Please come to Catan. We love you.
And we are all building monuments in his honor along the way, right? And that's going to earn us victory points. So this game is set up for 3 players, as if it's in the middle of a game. The game only has 4 rounds. Each time the barge comes to a cataract, it has to stop. So this is how we track the rounds. So it's as if this is the second of 4 rounds in the game. So on your at the beginning of the round, we're going to have all the workers will be in a bag, and you'll draw 2 out randomly and hide them behind your screen. So then, as the game progresses, you can take different actions. One of the actions you can take is to get resources, a really common action to get resources. So you can place these kind of workers, the basic workers, where the barge is or behind it, okay? So when you do that, actually I'm gonna pull that one off. So when you do that, if I place this guy here, he gets this entire quarry, and he can get 4 clay. Okay.
So take these. And
yep. You would put those behind this thing, right? So the next player said, "Well, I want to get clay also." Takes their clay worker. The problem is, previous players have built monuments in those locations, so they would only get 2 clay for playing that day. So we rewind back to the end of the first turn. This player chose to get a victory point and a clay, and we place that there. Now at the end of the second turn, that reward's no longer available. So whoever withdraws first in the second round picks a different reward. So the game has a theme of you're constantly making choices. The choices you make now will affect the choices that are available later. So you really have to be thinking about how the choices you're making now will affect what's going to be there for you in future turns. So this game will be in stores and retail in about 3 weeks. Right now we have these shipped out for Origins. Everything on the table that you see here is everything that comes in the base game, and this goes $50 retail. And then there is an expansion for another $15. The way the game is now, all the scoring is done on the board. The expansion adds some hidden scoring mechanisms, so you have a little variable at the end. It also has an envoy token that lets you reserve spaces only you can build on. And it upgrades this to a wooden token, which is kind of nice. And this is only $15, a little expansion. If you backed it on Kickstarter, this was in your Kickstarter.
Okay. All right, everyone, we are at Van Ryder Games. I'm excited because I actually backed a lot from Van Ryder. Did you?
Yeah, they've got some great stuff coming out.
Yeah, so I backed Detective, which is what they're playing at the back, so we'll show you a little snippet of that. I'm really excited to try this one. It's out of my realm usually of games, but my friend convinced me, and I think it looks really great. And it's got minis, so you can't go wrong with it.
It's got the storytelling element and stuff like that too, so it's just
fantastic.
Really cool, yeah.
And then I know you were talking about the...
yeah, you can see them like right over my shoulder here. They've got all the game books that they only brought in a few copies for this show, but it's really great to see them in person, and just they're all hardback bound, which is super fancy, and I'm really excited. And hopefully, if you're interested in them, you should definitely check them out because they're incredible.
Like I know I backed, of course the darkest one ever, but I'm excited. So.
Of course you did, yeah.
I'm excited. All right. See you guys.
Yes, exactly. Yep, yellow's yes. You got it.
So I can go there.
You can't rotate something that someone's on.
You can go again.
Nice. I don't know. I mean, that's like, I don't know. That's all I can do.
I'll let you have it.
You can get very far with the airship. And what's awesome about the ships, again, is you have units that are very slow in movement. Put them in these airships, get them across the board very, very quick. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about everybody's favorite thing, combat. Yeah. So in this game, everybody has a deck of tactics cards. Go ahead and pick those up. Everybody has the same 7 tactics cards in their hand. And each combat, you're going to use only one of these cards out of your hand to resolve the combat. It will return to your hand. So each combat is the same 7 tactics cards. You'll be like, okay, I have 2 warriors for 4 war strength and my paladin hero for 4 war strength. So I'm coming in with an 8 war strength. And again, there's going to be modifiers and such also. So maybe you're getting +1, +2. So you're like, I'm attacking you. And combat occurs when I move into your region. Go up.
I
don't think it hits anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Does it get you? Oh, you're fucking ignore your own bombs, guy.
Hey everybody, here we are at the Haba booth. Haba, of course, has some of those noms for the Kinderspiel Award this year, including Dragon's Breath, which is so cool and has amazing table presence. So I'm gonna check that out and see what else all of those beautiful yellow boxes have in store for us. I am here with Leah from Haba USA. She's going to show us a couple of really cool things that Haba has, including
Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath. Let's take a look.
The Kinderspiel DR winner.
Okay, so Leah, show us what some of the fun action here is. Come on.
So of course these dragons want to melt this beautiful ice tower, but they can't breathe fire yet. So they need help from little daddy dragon or mommy dragon. So it's simply choosing a color what you think is going to fall out the most when you lift the little rings. So it's melting. Oh, nothing fell. The second one, everybody picks a different color on the second round. Woo!
Ah!
So they get to pick which ones they picked and put them in their little pocket there. What's great about it is you don't know who's winning until the end of the game.
Love it. It's pretty cool. And I know there's one game that my 6-year-old really likes called Boom Bang Gold. Do you have something you can show us there?
We do. Come on over here. So who doesn't like to throw dynamite, right? So in this game, the bottom of the board is got a little bouncy feel, and there's gold in there. So everybody says boom, bang, gold, and throws the and it flips over to the gold. So then it's a race to pick up the gold pieces and get them into your chest first. And of course, all sorts of special effects.
Love it.
Yeah.
And how's the show? Like, what are people really loving right now? I mean,
it's a combination of that. The Karuba card game. We have that new version of Karuba that everybody's been asking about.
Yeah.
You see, we've got a full table playing Iquazu over here. We've got wonderful little dragon stopping the water from falling down the waterfall, and so that's getting a lot of hits. We've got some discontinued games, so we're trying to get more Haba in everybody's in-houses.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Leah, thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us, and congratulations on the Kinderspiel Knob.
Thank you.
And we will see you in the future.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Hi there.
Hi there.
How's it going?
I forgot you tuck it in.
Nope, not yet.
Looks like you did.
Hey, whoever's watching this, hello!
Okay, so what's this game, Carol? This is called Frontline No Comrades.
Frontline No Comrades.
Frontline No Comrades. I've never even heard of this game.
Me neither. There's no barcode on the box.
Oh wow. Okay, so this is Quanchai Moria. So this is an artist that I've talked about, and Carol is actually the one that introduced me to a lot of his work. And you said this one is a plays up to 8?
Up to 8.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Is it like bluffing or hidden?
Take that.
Of course it's Take That. Carol loves Take That.
And of course it has a cat storytelling game.
Action Cats. This is right up Robert's alley. Robert's behind the camera right now. So.
I'm interested. There's a cat.
Okay, tell us about it.
Picture of a cat, you have a beginning and an end for the story, and you vote on which is the best one. So based on like the picture of the cat, it could start like, there once was a very old cat, and it could be, and he tweeted about it all day.
Oh my goodness. And then, oh no, I don't know about this picture in the back though. That's a little suspicious. What is happening in this picture?
Well, that's up for you to know.
No!
Remember, Mandi, it's a family game.
What is that supposed to mean? Oh. Okay, well thank you for showing them. I've never heard of those, so that is something new. Robert, I feel you may have to hide this. Robert may want to take this from you.
$20.
20 bucks? That's so good. And then I got this at Chip Theory. All these fantastic pins, because Suzanne and I voiced Stanza and Duster, I think it is, in the campaign for Undertow, and I'm like, this is fantastic. And then they gave me a mat where we can pin them all in.
Hold that there for a sec.
Yeah.
They don't glow in the dark though.
What is that?
quite like this.
This is quite the scene, so we thought we'd let you take a look, do a little walk around, and see what everyone's trading. So let's go in.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? What are you getting? Okay, so tell me how this works. Believe it or not, I've never heard of it. Oh my God.
It's complicated to explain, but essentially a large mass of people like you see around here just basically log games or putting games they want to receive or games they're willing to get rid of, and if it all works well, you get some nice things. I'm missing one still.
You're missing one?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And what time, like how long do you give the person before, like, hey,
It doesn't technically start till 10, so it's even, yeah, we're good right now, but yeah, we're early, so 15 minutes, half an hour.
do you do these often? Would you do it again?
I do it every year.
You do it?
Yeah, one of my best parts of the company.
Amazing. Hey, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, see ya.
See you.
I have an Athen shirt and whatever's a chew.
Hey everyone, we are at the booth for the artist Tina Bongiorno, who did our dice figures. See? Yeah, it's just such a great
So
job.
talented.
So amazing.
Great art, yeah.
Yeah, so we thought we'd highlight it, check out some of the work she's doing. She's doing some sketching, so we want to see all the fun things.
And if you're interested, I mean, she has just gorgeous, adorable paintings. If you're interested, you can always check out her website and purchase prints there.
Absolutely. Let's check some stuff out.
Oh, yeah. Well, we do coordinating content. So we have like YouTube videos and stuff like that. And
The very first thing that you're going to do when you come into a room, which we've done, you're going to flip over an encounter card. We are on page 1. If this gets to here, we lose.
Oh boy.
All right? Okay. So, page 1 encounter is 5 roaches.
Okay.
Roaches get placed where you see the little paw marks.
Okay.
I know you're a big fan of bugs. Want to hold those? This is kind of a cool way that they do it on initiative. Okay. Because you'll take...
All the characters.
Shuffle them up. Jen, will you lay them out on the initiative track?
Okay.
Now you have a special ability here. Right there.
Okay, so attacking matches receives 2 cheese for each
Cheese roll.
instead of 1. Okay. That's it. We are done, sort of. I know, we're getting ready for the show, but we figured we'd sign off because we're leaving the next morning, and we're ending with Jenny's ice cream.
no better way to wrap up Origins than Jenny's ice cream. We're gonna do that. There's a long line, so wish us luck. We got the live show tonight. Don't forget you can listen to the podcast if you aren't able to watch the live show live. Take a listen to that. It'll be Tom and Eric, Mandi, and I all together on stage. And we hope that you enjoyed our coverage of Origins, giving you some behind the scenes, showing you a little bit of what it's like to be on the floor at the show.
Yes, glad to see some of you. Great in the chat, as always. And yeah, we'll see you at another con.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.